The Las Vegas Raiders have a huge game ahead against the Los Angeles Rams, and this one's in LA, making it basically a home game for the Raiders. I'm sure we'll see plenty of Raiders fans in the stands. Now, I know some fans are ready to give up on the season and hope the team loses every game, but that's not me. I genuinely want the Raiders to win every game from here on out and make it to the playoffs. Sure, it might seem like a long shot, but anything can happen. Over the last 5 years, we've had some ups and downs. In 2021, when many thought we were out of the playoff race, we made an incredible comeback and reached the playoffs. Last year, we were just one game away from making it again. I still remember that nail-biter against the Colts when a key play was taken away from us due to a questionable penalty. If things had gone differently, we could have been in the playoffs again. The point is, you never know when a team can go on a winning streak. Winning games is important. It helps the team grow, builds confidence, and shows younger players how to succeed. Even if we don't make the playoffs, winning is valuable for the Raiders. Now, about this week's game. The Raiders will be missing one of their key offensive linemen, Diane Parham. Some consider him the best lineman on the team right now. Coach Antonio Pierce confirmed that Parham won't play this Sunday, but he's confident that Jordan Meredith will step up in his place. Meredith played well last week and has been working hard to fill in for Parham, who has missed several games this season. The plan is to keep Parham at left guard and move Meredith to right guard. I think this is a smart move. I believe Meredith is a solid player, and he showed promise last week with over 40 snaps. Despite Parham's absence being a setback, this gives Meredith a chance to keep developing. It's unfortunate that Parham has struggled with injuries this year. He had a lot of potential, and this might be his last chance to shine with the Raiders. We could see some changes in the offseason, possibly even releasing him or bringing in new talent. Another key player to watch is wide receiver Jakobi Meyers. Although he practiced a bit this week, Adam Schefter reports he's doubtful for Sunday. That's tough for the Raiders because Meyers has been crucial for our success. Without him, our offense may struggle, especially with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, who might find it easier to connect with Meyers than with some of our other receivers. Before we dive deeper, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. I also want to share my picks for this week. Last week, we had some successful picks and ended up winning despite losing one player. This week, I'm excited about the matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. The weather looks clear, which is promising for our picks. We'll see two of the best young quarterbacks, Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud, going head-to-head. Both quarterbacks, Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud, are familiar with each other, as their offensive coordinators, Matt LaFleur and Bobby Slowick, have coached together for years. They're part of the same coaching tree, and both are known for their strong play calling. I expect this game to be high-scoring, with Love passing for 247 yards and Stroud for 257 yards. I'm confident they'll both exceed those numbers. We should also look at the performances of Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. I know some Raiders fans might be skeptical, but remember, this is a Sunday night game in Pittsburgh. It's going to be loud and intense. Rodgers has something to prove. While some say he might be past his prime, I think 222 passing yards is not too much to ask. The Steelers are making a change at quarterback, which could open up more scoring opportunities. I believe Davante Adams will also shine. His hamstring is reportedly healthy now, and he'll want to show everyone he's still a top receiver. I think he'll easily get over 48.5 yards this week. As for Aaron Rodgers, he's had decent yardage in his last few games, 294, 244, and 225 yards. Given that he's consistently surpassed 222 yards recently, I'd be surprised if he doesn't hit that mark again. On another note, Amari Cooper is set to make his debut with the Buffalo Bills, and I think he'll easily surpass 35 receiving yards. Transitioning from a struggling Deshaun Watson to a top-tier quarterback like Josh Allen should make a big difference. Even if Cooper doesn't play full snaps, he's still an exceptional route runner and should get several targets. If you want to make your own picks, head to UnderdogFantasy.com and use the code Raiders, or click the link in the comments. Share your picks with me on Twitter. I'd love to discuss them. Now, back to the Raiders. Jakobi Meyers has been a valuable asset, but unfortunately, he won't be playing against the Rams. This is a tough blow for us. Similar to the Steelers, the Rams have a solid defensive line, though the Steelers might edge them out if fully healthy. One standout player for the Rams is Jared Verse, a rookie pass rusher from Florida State. He's been impressive, even against tough tackles. The Raiders will need to watch out for him. Colton Miller had a strong game last week, and I hope he can keep that momentum going against Verse. The Rams also have some other young defensive linemen to consider. Byron Young had a successful rookie season with about 8 or 9 sacks, and Kobe Turner is another one to watch, having notched 11 sacks last year. While the Rams' defensive line is good, we shouldn't overlook it. One interesting stat is that Aiden O'Connell, our quarterback, has not scrambled at all in his first 442 snaps. That's a unique situation in the NFL. While he has done a better job of moving around the pocket, he hasn't added scrambling to his game yet. This could be a factor against the Rams' strong defensive line. Despite the challenges, I think the Raiders can still handle the Rams' defense. It'll be crucial for us to run the ball effectively. The Rams have some great pass rushers but are less focused on stopping the run. If we can establish our ground game, we can find success against their defense. Overall, I believe this is a winnable game for the Raiders. The Rams are dealing with some injuries, which could give us an edge. We'll see how it plays out. Although he's expected to play, the Rams' starting left guard has a knee injury. He did fully practice, but we've seen other players, like Dylan Parham, struggle with injuries and ultimately come out of games. Another player to watch is rookie wide receiver Jordan Whittington, who missed last week due to a shoulder injury. He has a lot of potential. Joe Noteboom has also been limited in practice. He's versatile, having played both guard and tackle, and it's good to see he's still in the league. The big question mark, however, is Cooper Kupp, who will be a game-time decision. His status could significantly impact the game. Despite these uncertainties, I believe the Raiders can find success against the Rams. I know some fans are suggesting we should just lose out for a better draft pick, but I strongly disagree. Draft positioning doesn't guarantee success. The best quarterback can come from anywhere in the draft. What matters is building a solid roster and having a capable coaching staff. Defensively, we need our players to step up. Diablo played well last week, despite the team's loss, and I thought Adam Butler and some others also made solid contributions. It's crucial for our younger players like Corin Bennett to keep improving and finding ways to win. The upcoming games against the Rams, Chiefs, and Bengals are all winnable. While some view them as tough matchups, I believe our offense can perform well enough to secure victories. The Chiefs are strong, but their games have been closer than expected, and the Bengals have shown inconsistency. If we can string together a few wins, we can get our season back on track. What do you think about the Raiders' chances in these upcoming games? Do you believe they can win against the Rams and Chiefs? Let me know your thoughts.